Most of these families enjoying the spectacular natural beauty of the Oregon coast are likely unaware of the steadily growing danger just offshore. A 1,000-kilometer-long fault line stretching from British Columbia to Northern California has caused violent earthquakes and tsunamis many times over the centuries.
The thing that isn't funded as
Nathan Wood is a U.S. government tsunami expert. He says the Cascadia subduction zone consists of one huge tectonic plate sliding under another.
So you've got the two plates kind of catching, and when they finally release, that causes the earthquake.
The earthquake, in turn, causes the tsunami. Wood says when it hits, people will have little time to get out of its way.
It could come in and hit those condos up there, and then overtop this area here, striking through this restaurant and the first row of homes.
So people really have to get moving and get moving quick.
They've got about 20 minutes themselves to realize an earthquake just happened, a tsunami is on its way. I need to know where I'm going to run to get to high ground, and I probably have about 20 minutes to get there.
There was a big quake here, probably a 9.0, in the year 1700. Not many people lived in the area then, but now there are towns and villages all along the shoreline.
We're talking probably along the entire Oregon coast on a summer day, hundreds of thousands of people.
It's been more than 300 years since the last major earthquake and tsunami hit the Pacific Northwest. But now, based on new research, scientists believe this area could be overdue for another big one. At Oregon State University, scientists have been painstakingly examining hundreds of core samples from the seabed, dating back 10,000 years. Professor Chris Goldfinger's measurements indicate a major quake and tsunami happens here about once every 250 years.
With a 250-year repeat time, 310 years since the last earthquake gets to seem like a very long time. It's then more or less overdue.
In the world,
Professor Harry Ye has spent his career analyzing waves, and he's worried about how defenseless towns in the Pacific Northwest are in the face of a major tsunami.
Almost all of the buildings along the Oregon, the Washington coast are wood frame buildings. And the wood frame buildings are the weakest for the tsunami forces.
Scientists say the government must do more education about tsunamis and how to survive them. And the geological clock is ticking. Someday, maybe soon, the great wave will rear up and rush toward this coast at terrifying speed. It's just a question of when. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Point Lookout, Oregon.